here if you're here coming for this one indeed so far for the first race of the season for the 2017 season. But yeah, it's pretty good for this. Hello everybody, if you're here joining us live for this, hello, it's James here, and welcome everybody to the first ever full race of Formula 1, guys. It's the 2017 Australian Grand Prix. So yeah, it's been very good to see you guys again so far after 2016. So last time what I did this was qualifying, and I only qualified P16D so far. Hopefully it was pretty good after what happened last time though, but it's the first time doing a full race in D so far. It's going to be better than I have done so far in this. Last year I did about 25% for this, but this time I'm doing a 100% race in this race in Australia does. So let's listen to the email first, actually the voicemail from M. Jenkins. Come on, let's see how it is.
Hi, it's Emma here. Just wanted to let you know what the team are hoping for in the race.
Finish the race in 13th place or higher, beat Julian Palmer, and place 11th place or higher. Okay then, so that's fine indeed then. So, well, hopefully you have a good chat indeed so far for this. So yeah, after the first qualifier set for it, it's me on 1 point. Palmer's got 2 points at the moment so far. And we're not doing well so far for the team indeed so far. It's a 58 lap race. Our wear sport agreement would be pretty better we got so far for practice. Hopefully we can do better for this indeed. I will change the part for the engine. The gearbox will be stayed the same. As of the games will be pretty good, better for this so far. So we're getting ready for this indeed so far, but I can't wait for it. But let's see how we're gonna go for this bit. But I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna fetch something and I'll be there to do it. Oops. Don't worry, I'll be right back. Just give me a second. Right, so if you remember, guys, I got my phone down here, so hopefully I'll chat to you guys if you knew about this, if you knew about my video indeed so far. Well, please enjoy the race then, and if you're watching this at home, please enjoy, and hopefully who is going to win this first race of the season, guys. We're going to find out in this first race of the season in Australia though. But anyway, it's been a good time to be here so far for this. So yep, it's going to be much better for this so far for this. So I'm going to leave you to it to get ready for the start of the race. So let's begin this, guys. It's the first race of the new season. It's going to be a good season, isn't it, indeed? So hopefully what has been different after 2016, well, Force India have changed their colour to pink, and McLaren have changed their colour label from dark grey to orange. So, good luck for this first race.
It's out with the old and in with the new here at Albert Park as we usher in what we hope will be a triumphant new era of Formula One racing. For our drivers, though, it's very much business as usual as they look to be first across that line and get their championship off to a winning start. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. Today's race, of course, not simply the start of a new season, but the start of a new kind of Formula One. Anthony Davidson, great to have you with us once again. This is a big moment for the sport. Big changes to the technical regulations. The potential, perhaps, to give us the biggest shake-up since 2014. Very different cars visually and, fingers crossed, much faster as well.
Didn't get a podium in 2016 though, last season though, but hopefully he can do better for this season after what happened last season.
Unbelievable. How many lap records are still held by Michael Schumacher from 2004?
We'll find out.
Well, on the right day, on the right tyres, we might just be threatening them this year. Wider tyres, wider cars, more downforce. I have to say they look great, and the qualifying spectacle is undebatable. Now the big question remains, can they
Force
follow?
India,
Can
a
they
new
race?
paint colour, pink now instead of the original orange and greyish
Almost
colour.
ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen, Perez, Ocon, Sainz, and Felipe Massa, Palmer, Magnussen, Daniel Kvyat, and Grosjean, Stroll, and Renault, Stoffel Van Dorn, and Fernando Alonso. Ericsson and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, my teammate Palmer is doing an excellent P11D so far. Thank you, Jeff. And let's see a look at the race strategy introduction in D so far. Here it is. And somebody has joined us, so thanks for that coming into this race in D so far. Now let's see. Pretty far that we're not going to do that in D so far, so we're going to put this like over 100k. But we'll say some few for the end of the race in D so far. So let's see, let's edit the strategy in D. So let's see, we'll start on the soft tire until lap 23, I think. And we'll go on to sit 2, we'll go to lap 40, and then again on the ultra soft tire. So it will be a very good strategy. So that's going to take a good race in D so far. So hopefully we'll get the car in the setup, get pace in D so far. Hopefully we'll have a good race in the hands in D so far after this last season in D. So yeah, check in for this one in D so far. I'm just going to check how my phone is going to check it for my friends are streaming. Our live chat. Alright, here we go then. Let's begin this. And 2 people has completed in this one to cheat the race in D so far. Hopefully, just need to check the setup for this. And top chat, live chat, no, I don't want that. So anyway, and hopefully going to be looking at home in D so far. It's time to begin this race in D. So hopefully, this season is going to be much better as we see it in D so far. So let's take a look at this. So yeah, it's going to be Vettel and Hamilton on the front row. Then it's Kimi Raikkonen and Valtteri Bottas on the second row. Both Webber's in third. There is Sergio Perez and Esteban Ocon, the both Force India in 7th and 8th. Carlos Sainz starts having Felipe Massa. Paul Maitier starts at 11th, head of Magnussen. Daniel Kvyat 13th, Grosjean 14th, Stroll 15th, me 16th. Both of them, Carlos Alonso and Van Dorn 17th, 18th, and both Saubers are Marcus Ericsson and Pascal Wehrlein starts at the back of the field. So they have got a lot of fencing up to do if they want to do this race in D so far. So hopefully they can do assessing race indeed so far. So yeah, anyway, we're about to begin. It's the time for the first ever formation lap. But let's learn about it first.
The formation lap is an opportunity to practice your race start and put some energy through your tyres and brakes to get them up to the optimal temperature for the beginning of the race. When the light goes green, pull away from the grid and stay in position, making sure to keep your car in good condition as you drive a lap at a steady but consistent pace in order to prepare for the start of the Grand Prix.
Okay, thanks for that, Anthony Davidson. We will prepare for the race start. It will be a good one for this indeed.
So here we got that one to watch this year and play reigning world champion.
Off we go then.
I don't see any technical issues with the practice start. Watch the RPM for the start. You're looking down.
It's only just the first race of the season indeed so far for this, guys. So, we've got a lot of advantages after the disappointment qualifying setup of last time we did. So, not a good start to the season for us indeed, but in this Australian Grand Prix then. But we could hope we get some more advantages in the race indeed so far. But hopefully it will be good for this one indeed. And hopefully get this race back on indeed. It's gone through turn 3 indeed so far. The formation lap completely going well so far. And we've gone to see Lance Stroll. It's his first race for this Williams team. He's the 17-year-old Canadian now. Well, he's not at Williams at the moment. He's racing at Racing Point. He will become Aston Martin for 2021. And he will be alongside Sebastian Vettel, my favourite driver in Formula 1 indeed so far. So, but both McLaren and both Sauber had to go a lot of advances to get through into the back of it in this full race in the first race of the season indeed. As we see how all the drivers are clear as the green flag is still a formation lap doing so far. So it's going to be a full 58 lap race. So it's going to be a look of an hour and a half indeed. So hopefully it'll be going much better indeed so far in this race indeed. And hopefully how this racetrack goes very long indeed so well. But it's doing good well in the moment. I can see Lance Stroll is just ahead of us, guys. Starting P50 at the moment, so hopefully he will gain some time there. So yeah, we'll just become to get the end of the formation lap to get this race underway for a full 58 lap race indeed. And we're starting the Red Bull Super Soft tyres, hoping to go further them up indeed so far then. So yeah, it's going to be a good longest race for you guys to see. So enjoy the race, and we'll hopefully might get more power for this race indeed so far. But if there was a power cut during the race, it means the live stream will still go on until the next day will go on. But anyway, we've formed on the grid so far. As we're getting ready for this. There's a bit of smoke coming back at the McLaren there, Van Dorn. Hopefully, he won't have any trouble to be fancy to get in the race indeed so far for this. Never mind. Hope he can get a good race indeed so far. So hopefully, how this PS4 device will go very better indeed so far. T3 has been pretty plugged in. Everything else has been plugged in again, and hopefully has all these will be better for the plugs indeed. Everything is completely as normal, and so does everybody else are fine at the moment. Lights are completely on, and many more like this in this process in Formula 1 indeed. So yeah, it's going better for this indeed. Alright then, let's do this. It's time for the first race of the season, which is Melbourne, Australia. The first race of the season is Melbourne. It's a 58 lap race around this track indeed so far. It's the Ferrari veteran on front, Hamilton P2. Here we go then. Here we go. Here come the forward lights. Here in Australia. And the 2017 Formula 1 season is gone. We have made a good start there. And we're going to look on the Hasselhoff growth indeed. Good one indeed so far. Ericsson has got past Alonso indeed. But we get past Wilson indeed. And Stroll made a little bit of contact with us in the Williams. Sideboard trying between Charles Waters. Palmer tried to block the side of the fear. Kabir tried to block the door on me. But I will go by the inside of it and go through Sainz and Palmer to move into P11. We need to touch our teammate there. But can we let Palmer go through? Oh, that was very close indeed. But we came to the decision there. There we go. That's very good. We got ahead of Toro Rosso. Me and Palmer got ahead of both of Toro Rosso, Sainz and Fiat. And we're playing good at the moment for Renault. We have a good start there. On moment to P12. Palmer is in P11. He's still staying in his original position indeed so far for the race indeed. And hopefully He got a good race indeed so far. Just ahead of him is Felipe Massa in the old Williams indeed. So one good start there in this first race of the season in Melbourne, in this first race of this opening race. I know you're watching it at home for you guys, but hopefully you can subscribe to my channel and more, and leave a like in the description if you like this race indeed by the end. As we go through the turn 3, we go through now. Julian Palmer sat in the 11th place so far for the Renault team. We meet behind him is me, and then it's Carlos Sainz Jr. in the Victoria. Oh, we need to get into back of Palmer there. Oh, that is very close indeed so far for this for me to pass Palmer there. And Hamilton set the fast lap indeed so far, because there's no further than 2019, guys. As we come to the end of lap 1 there, let's see if we try to get Palmer. A bit of sparks coming out the back of the way out there from Julian Palmer as we go for turn 1. Oh, we've got a bit wide there, turn 1 there. That will get an opportunity for Sainz to get a move on, and they can feel have a good move on that from his teammate too. As we go through to turn 3. As we go through now, turn 4 we go through now. It's Stu. Hamilton still leads the race indeed so far. Actually, is he leading the race so far? No idea. Is Hamilton in the lead so far? I just need to pause it for a second, guys. Is Hamilton in the lead of the race so far? Let me see. Oh yes, he is. And why can't he get past Vettel indeed? So Vettel has lost 2 positions from the start of the race there. That is not a good start to the 4-time world champion. Vettel is having trouble at the start there, but he's lost a couple of positions at the start of the race there. And we're closing to the back of Julian Palmer indeed so far in the Renault. As we go through into turn number 11 now. Palmer continues his way now, and he's looking like he's going to make a good pass there. Meanwhile, leading a lot good there. As I've got a bit wide there, turn 12 there. Oh, that was so close indeed so far. I'm going to go from the few into lead so I can save few to the end of the race. So hopefully you're watching this race at home for this, guys, and hopefully how this one goes for the bag indeed here in Australia. As we go through to turn 15 now, the penultimate record now. Hamilton say a good passes out. We'll make 29.675 as Palmer looks like he's struggling a bit so far. Sainz is there in the moment. But we're going to look at the inside of the bar on the outside. Alright, that's fine. Let's see if we can try to get it into the DRS. So we have to look out for Carlos Sainz. He's just ahead of us, guys. He just behind us, guys. But Palmer is still over there. The way my teammate is not doing well to let me pass. Strike out to the other side like Huckenberg did back in the past. Anyway, on to this third foot. Oh, he's just got to be wide there, turn 5. I lost his car completely there. Not following the racing line there. I think Palmer is actually struggling on this third lap in the race so far, because the DRS has been enabled this lap, and he's lost control completely on the car indeed. Oh, that's very close indeed on Palmer there. But can we have a long jump in? We're still losing some fuel there, but we're gaining some fuel for this indeed so far. And well, I don't like Palmer in Formula 1 indeed so far, but he's my British teammate then. And we're both doing well so far here in this track indeed for Renault. And he's going a good one for this indeed. As for Julian Palmer, he's doing pretty well so far for this race indeed, as he's winning the race in P11. I'm winning P12 at the moment. We're about to had a good start there, as... Ooh, that was close indeed. But can we have a longer drive on the DRS zone? As we come out to the pie court of the track indeed so far. And we are opening up DRS indeed so far. Closing on Palmer indeed so far. Going down the outside of him. And let's see if we can make the good move indeed so far. Down into turn 1. And that's the make the move stick indeed. And that was an extra good move down Julian Palmer there. We're going to see that move indeed so far. I'm going to take a look at the replay there. And also, these things I don't want to touch indeed so far. Not the menu button, not the mid-save button, the retirement mid-save, and the simulate setting. Hopefully, with some of the current setting indeed. And retirement plan, no, I don't want to retire for the second indeed. Simulate setting, no. And anything else is going better for this. Anyway, nothing about this so far. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the replay and see how I got past Palmer easily. Alright, here's the replay, and I'm going to which camera mode. Oh, that's not that camera mode. So let's take a look at the replay there. Gone the easy DRS, get past him on the outside there. Look out, move that turn 1. Get past the way, really good there. Sorry Palmer, you're no longer faster than me indeed so far. So we got past him nice and easily in here as we get the back foot on him. And now we're going to try to hunt down on Felipe Massa in the William. He's on the Pro Ultra Stock tyres indeed so far. And I'll be going on the Ultra Stock tyres in the Deluxe Planet. It's going to be cloudy in Australia for this indeed so far. As I've gone on the grass at turn 5 indeed. So hopefully that will not get into battle. And now Palmer, I think he's struggling at the moment, trying to keep sights up. And he's always going to keep a huge traffic of train. And we close it down and we try to catch up to Felipe Massa. He's just behind the waiting point, actually the Force India. I think that's might be Esteban Ocon. I think so there. So anyway, round we go into turn number 10 or 11 actually. So we're doing well so far to the race on hand. And we're doing much better race. We go through this track indeed here in Australia, in Melbourne indeed. Hopefully how this four-way goes very much better indeed. As we go for turn 3, we go through now. Hopefully the replay goes very much indeed so well. As we're still catching up to Felipe Massa. We're using the race line indeed so far. As we're still trying to save amount of fuel indeed so far. But I'm going to use them, and we're going to which mix to use a lot of fuel to try to catch the Massa there on the fuel DRS straight. And we've got a lap time better, or 1:33.043. Wait, can you repeat that again, Jeff?
Say again, you're breaking up.
Alright, never mind.
Didn't catch that. Say again.
Sorry, got distracted for you, Jeff. Anyway.
Massa ahead. Okay, gap ahead is 3.1 seconds. We're dropping back by around 4 tenths.
Alright, never mind.
Ultra softs. We think they've got at least 3 more stops. The time.
Oh, he's doing a 3-stop strategy. I'm doing a 2-stop strategy indeed. Massa is doing a 3-stop strategy indeed so far. And look at he's trying to get past Esteban Ocon there, but look like he's not making a move on him at all indeed so far. Meanwhile, Hamilton's doing it clearly. Look at him, he's far away from Vettel, Raikkonen and Verstappen. Actually, Vettel, Raikkonen and Bottas there. Verstappen's not that far back from the race. It's Ricardo in his home race. Maybe he's not only in 6th place though, but it's a bunch of queue on. Or maybe not. Hopefully not, he will do it indeed as we go through into turn 14. Look at the pace growth better indeed so well here in Australia in Albert Park. As we go through 15 and the last point turn 16. And we've got a yellow flag and that somebody in front has got a problem on lap 6. And is that Verstappen?
Virtual safety car.
Oh, Verstappen's out of the race! Oh no, look at him! The Dutchman has got a problem! Oh my word! The Dutchman, Max Verstappen, is the first car to retire from this race as he's just by the car. Let's see what happened to Max Verstappen. Alright, we're pulling him, so... Oh, there's probably smoke in the back of that Red Bull, and the Honda engine has blown as Verstappen's race is over after he just feel like the man who returned after he replaced me at Red Bull has gone off to a poor bad start. Max Verstappen is out of this race in Australia. And a disappointing day for the Dutchman indeed. He's the first car to be out and we had the virtual safety car deployed. Oh dear, this is a disappointing start to the season for Max Verstappen. The first car to be out of this race indeed so far. What has gone wrong with Max Verstappen's engine all weekend? He had a good qualifying session, but unfortunately he failed to make it. Unfortunately, just a few laps in. Oh, Vettel's out of the race indeed! What happened there for Sebastian Vettel? He's out too, so the driver who got pole position is out of this race. Where is he? So let's go on board battery bar. Let's see what happened to Vettel there. Oh, no engine's blown up. So Verstappen engine blown up, and now Sebastian Vettel engine has blown, and look at that. Oh dear me, I need to take a look at that photo mode. Let's see. Let's take a look. Oh, there he is. Oh dear me, look at that. The Ferrari has gone off completely in the one-way distance indeed. Hopefully nothing goes very much better indeed. But Vettel, unfortunately, is out of this race. Oh dear me. Disappointment day for Vettel to be out of this race indeed so far for this. So, 2 cars are out then. And surely this is not what Vettel and Verstappen wanted. A mechanical failure sent them both out of the race. And the first and safety car is coming to an end now. It's green flag now. So after they're both out, the race is now back on the way. I need to slow down immediately because Vettel is completely out of this race here in Australia. Bad start to the 4-time world champion. Vettel's out. Verstappen is also out of the race indeed in Australia. And now we've only got 18 riders left in this race on lap 6. So we're up into P9 after that. Both cars were tyres. So we're up into P9 already because Verstappen and Vettel are both out of the race indeed. And we're up into P9 already. So 2 cars are out already on this 6th lap of the race. And we're still going on indeed so far. Alright, around the last car we go through now. Tyres have gone up to 15% now. No changes to the MG UK. It's going pretty perfect at the moment. Not making a good lap indeed to get the percentage right. Alright, we're on to lap 7 we go on now. So this is the point day for Vettel and Verstappen to be out of this race indeed. Hopefully they will be back next time in Shanghai, China though. So this has been a disappointing day too. The Red Bull and Mercedes day indeed. Actually the day from the Ferrari and Red Bull. We've only got 1 car left now. Ricciardo is now left now. White is now left now. Hopefully get some minus indeed so far as we're on to lap 7 indeed. So we're only going to have about 18 words left in this race indeed so far of this Australian Grand Prix now. With 2 cars out, Vettel's out, Verstappen's out, and now Hamilton is continuing to lead the pack from Ricciardo. Or actually Kimi now. Yeah, Kimi's in 2nd place. I think 3rd is Bottas and Ricciardo's in P4. Then we go into turn 40, we go through now. Making the opposite facing go well. As we go through turn 60, the 5 core of the race indeed. As we go around there. And we're going to cross the line now. And hopefully we try to catch up to Felipe Massa there. He's waiting in 8th now. During Verstappen and Vettel's ending, he was waiting in P10, but moving up to P8 after these 2 cars were out of the race due to mechanical failure. So, disappointing day for Vettel and Verstappen, both 2 out to race, and now we're still going well in 9th place indeed. We're in the place at the moment, and hopefully we can gain on Felipe Massa. What's the gap now? 2.7 seconds between me and Felipe then. So hopefully we can try and catch up the Brazilian if we can. We're following the racing line to try and catch him up indeed so far. Look at this pack! It's Ocon, actually it's Perez, Magnussen, Ocon, and Massa. So I got a good chance to try and get 5th place or above indeed in this race indeed. I want to look at my team at Palmer, he's in the points today, but he's causing a huge trade at the moment indeed so far on lap 8 indeed. As we're only just about 1 lap of fuel litres that we got through lap indeed so far for this race indeed. As Massa continue to consuming the pack up as he goes through. As we go for P8 then. No, P9 actually. Not just P8 yet. As we go for turn 30 now. The 5 core now coming up now. Bit fidgety on the camera stick there. Nothing there at the moment, losing D so far. Are we following me on to lap 9 now? Thank you, Jeff. Just need to get my pit stop information. 14 laps to my first stop, so We'll go pit for the ultra soft tyre after we've done that indeed so far. Front wing repaired, auto, if we have any damage to the front wing. And downforce 6, we need that for this one indeed. We don't need any of that downforce indeed. 75% of the... Thank you, Jeff. And the front definitely into this. I'm going to change this. Which one I'll change? I'm going to change that. I'm going to change the turn for the down to up to 80 and the front wheel up to 62. So, up the lean down, so hopefully we can get some manners in this. Take a look at the, see there's not been going on to 10% indeed so far. And teaming goes 30% so far, so I'm coming ahead. Had a good stop for 16 players. I made up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places already from the start of the race there. I might be could be dropping the day then for this end of the race indeed so far for this guys. We come through now. Still a good lead from Lewis Hamilton indeed from Mercedes. Took the lead from Vettel after he got a bad start there. Hopefully Vettel will be having a bad headache for him so far and for Verstappen as they're both out to race after these first few laps gone down indeed. And what a race we're having today here in Melbourne in Australia. This is amazing, Australia indeed. Love it indeed. Okay, so what's the gap between me and Felipe now? The gap is getting very close indeed, and you're getting blocked by so many cars indeed. Perez is the leading pack indeed so far. And also this one in 2017 was the last ever Formula 1 logger to use this one until the new one in red in 2018. So we're going through into turn number 11 and 12 then. Hamilton's just gone round across the line to begin lap 11 indeed so far. Meanwhile, oh, there's a battle going on in front of us. It looks like it's going to I think it's the Haas of Groza and the Force Engine of Esteban Ocon are making them pass there. Has Ocon get past there? Oh, that's very close indeed there. As they're batting up for that they're batting up for that 6th place spot there. And even Masters are trying to make the move there. And we can see what's going on in front of us indeed so far. As we go through there. As Ocon has got past Magnussen in a styling move there, so that's a very good move there from Magnussen to get past Ocon indeed so far. Actually, Ocon to get past Kevin Magnussen indeed so far. Look at that, good move there. Oh no, that's Perez. So it means Ocon's ahead of him, so that's Perez actually. I thought it's gonna be Perez ahead of Ocon there, but actually he's going to be... Oh, Max is going to make a move on Magnussen indeed, and wow! Excellent move there from Felipe Massa. Gets past the Haas of Magnussen indeed, wow! Excellent move that from Felipe Massa. There's Magnussen tried to get the position back from him, but unfortunately, oh, how did they make contact there? Wow, that was a close call there for these drivers indeed so far, as I catch them up indeed on lap 11 there. Look how far from Johnny and Palmer now as the race goes on head indeed. As we're catching up to Felipe Massa and Kevin Magnussen indeed so far. Both ways of streaming the race so far. Massas's in 7th now. I think Stroll's like in P13 or 15, I think. Hamilton's had a new fastest lap for this race so far. 1-minute 29.54. But then he's been beaten by Valtteri Bottas. A 1-minute 29.219. Same fastest lap of the Pedro Ultra time than the Square Super Soft indeed. Anyway, we're going for turn 4 we go through now. Try and catch up to Kevin. Here we go into turn number, and Felipe Massa is coming to the pit indeed. Massa is the first one to come into the pit for new tyres. So we're now going to be 100 down for Kevin Magnussen indeed so far, as we close it down on lap 12. And I'm not fueling now because I've gone over the fuel mix there, so I can use it to catch up to Kevin Magnussen indeed. It will go minus though, but I'm using it into standard mode there, so there we go. and hopefully we can gain some power to catch up to Kevin. Alright, so let's slow the fuel down so we can save some more fuel for the rest of the race indeed so far. And we'll go on to lap 12 indeed, the point of 58 laps of this race here in Melbourne, and we only had 2 cars out of the race indeed so far. We lost Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel, so disappointment there for this one. I think Max has come out on the Red Bull Super Soft tyres indeed, so that is not very good so far for this. And hopefully this race is going very battle for this race in this 58 lap race here in Melbourne in Australia indeed. And we're doing well on the engine power unit indeed and the car indeed. 2.3 seconds the gap now between me and Kevin. But he's far away from me now, so let's try and get him as soon as we can. Otherwise we aren't going to get him indeed so far from the pit stops. But the question is, can we beat Felipe? I'm not sure yet. Alright, we're closing down on Kevin Magnussen there. Oh, here we go through there. The man who was in this team last season there. Closing him down on the Renault team indeed so far, as I'm closing him down. 37.9 seconds to the gap to the leader for Lewis Hamilton indeed, so hopefully we'll get this strategy right for the pace indeed, as we're closing on Kevin Magnussen indeed so far. And the MG UK hasn't clicked down to 1 yet, so the engine haven't changed a bit so far for this race indeed then, so none of them have changed indeed, so there's hopefully there will be still more laps to do to get this rail off indeed. And 1.8 to Kevin Magnussen indeed. We're catching up to the Danish driver indeed, guys. Magnussen, actually his father, Jan Magnussen, raced on this before him. He came in 2014. Oh dear me, this is the worst day for Ferrari indeed, because Kimi has now got an issue with the car. He's going to be very slow indeed. What is going on with Ferrari indeed as Bottas set a new fast lap, 1:29.204, as we've nearly lost it there at turn 12 there. Be out to the race indeed, but we see the car basically try and catch Kevin there. That's going to lose some time there to Kevin Magnussen indeed so far. But this 58 lap race here in Australia, and we're on to lap 13 already. More good race running today here in Melbourne indeed, as some of them will be better for this race indeed. A 58 lap for this race indeed here in Melbourne. And there's no field flags yet, so hopefully they will be there some later on in lap 32, I think it will be, with Tube Saubers. Fairway 1 to lap 40 away now. I think Ocon has just stopped away so far, so that's moved us as indeed so far. So we're closing on Kevin Magnussen indeed for this 6th place spot indeed, as we close down the Danish driver. So pretty good race indeed so far here in Australia. We only have 2 cars retiring this first race of this full race we're doing for the first time ever indeed so far. And that are Vettel and Verstappen still out to race indeed. So pretty stop. We'll be back next time in Shanghai, China. Meanwhile, how are Red Bull doing that? The cars are doing well so far. I've never played for a pit stop yet. Not just yet, indeed. I'm not able to join just yet to join me to see this full race indeed. Oh well, you can see them later on. Anyway, we're closing on to the Danish driver Kevin Magnussen there, guys. As we come through to the 5 point indeed so far. Wrapping up the engine indeed so far. We think we might have enough to try and catch up with this, please. As Checo has now pitted now, so we need to gain our pit advantage indeed so far as we go through. As we can see where we're going to go through as we go for turn 3 indeed. And really good race we're having today here in Melbourne, guys. First race of the season indeed. And we're going through which strips now. Trying to close the gap now to Kevin now. What's the gap between me and Kevin now? It's just 1.6 seconds now, so we should have DRS in favourable for this one indeed, as we can catch up to the Danish driver immediately. The guy who went to this team last season has joined this team for Haas in 2017. And hopefully, this will be his first race for this team indeed for Haas. Yeah, pretty good to see Kevin here in Australia for 2017 season today. Winning an extra P5 there for this, but he hasn't just done a pit stop yet so far, as we're closing down by just a few seconds down. Meanwhile, how is Hamilton doing at the moment so far indeed? We go through for this lap indeed, as we hopefully we have this so far in the balance. And we're going through into turn number 16. Saving some more fuel indeed so far. And we've got Troy coming out of it. I think that might be our Batman. That's Ricardo, I think. Manager gets through, and Ricardo is going to be out ahead of us. So hopefully the other Red Bull will do more powerful strength indeed for this. Thank you, Jeff. I know Ricardo has now paid for the old short tyres. I'll be doing that the same too. There's a bit of pop of smoke there. Will Ricardo have the same engine as Verstappen indeed? Well, he's closing down the Danish driver, Kevin Magnussen indeed, so we have to catch him up immediately if we want to try to catch Kevin Magnussen indeed. So, good to be joined there with Ricardo indeed so far for this, and hopefully how this race goes on indeed as... What the hell is Kevin doing? He just slowed down indeed to let try to get Ricardo to him. What happened there to Kevin Magnussen? So, what the hell happened there? So let's see if we're having the replay indeed. I think Ricardo tried his best to try to get past Kevin, but then, a bit of a lock-up from Kevin Magnussen. The Danish couldn't get nowhere to get and had to slow down immediately to let the car by. So that's costing well passing advantage indeed so far. As looks like Ricardo might get to him for this. We're going closing down him so far for this. A pop of smoke on in the back of it. It's sort of like something going on with the engine indeed from Daniel Ricciardo. But he can make a move down from Magnussen. Look at that for the crowd there as Ricciardo trying to get past Magnussen indeed. Oh, that was very close, and he gets past him. Ricciardo gets past Kevin indeed. But it looks like I might do the same too now as we go on to the Danish driver. Here we go, into turn 15. And we're on to the last car, we're going to 16D so far. And he's opening on the DRS. I'm opening on the DRS straight too. And we're both going onto the line there. But still no move yet. Okay, we still have enough fuel to get there, so let's use it for which mix. Try to counter to the Magnussen guy, we can get him indeed so far for this. Or can we get in for the first pit stop indeed? So Kevin is still struggling on these old stock tyres indeed so far. And he looks like he's struggling in the race with it. On the way with stock tyres, I'm doing better with these. Over 40% now. As finally the M2 UK has now reached 1% now. Fuel to mix 2. I copy that. Thank you, team. Oh, that's close indeed. Alright. We might make a move on Kevin Magnussen indeed on the turn 11 to take over. We've got by his teammate Grosjean, and now we're going to look on Kevin Magnussen indeed for Haas. We go through now into turn 13. This is where we can't got past Magnussen there, but I can't do the same as him indeed. And we close down the Danish driver. And we go into turn 15. And he's coming to the pit indeed so far. So Magnussen has pulled into the pit indeed so far. It looks like his time ran out indeed. As we cast out a good personal bet. A 1:29.031. The guy was ahead of us has gone posted a new positive lap in the race indeed so far. So what a brilliant lap that we can't there. So after these guys have picked it, I'm not to keep far away indeed. So hopefully we'll have a good progress in the car for this indeed. So hopefully they'll have a good race indeed so far. There's still no investigation yet so far for this. Let's just check if there's any investigations at the moment. No, not just yet at the moment. There's still going on in the race so far for this, and the race is going much better for this race director and the replay at the starting team. Okay, the pit stop will come in on lap lap 23 would be it, but we'll return racing P12 indeed, but the rest of the races hasn't yet to stop yet, so hopefully he can use some tyres again to use it for the race indeed. I will use it for few. I will use it to try to get the pack meter indeed so far. Hopefully how this race goes on the balance indeed. We go into turn number 13 now. We go into turn 1. Actually that's turn 3 actually, not turn 1. That's the first part of the track indeed.
Hamilton's just made a move for first.
Oh, Hamilton made a move for first place. Let's take a look at that replay indeed for Hamilton to get past. I think he got past Raikkonen indeed. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, his teammate Butterfly had just stopped indeed, so... Oh, Bottas got ahead of Raikkonen indeed, so it's now a Mercedes 1-2 now, as Bottas gets out ahead of Raikkonen. So it's a Mercedes 1-2 here in Melbourne. What we call the P4. Verstappen, I think he's just stopped again. I think he's stopped again. And look at that! All the racers are stuck behind Palmer because they're not, because Palmer hasn't got pitted yet, I haven't got stopped yet, and hopefully Howell Ware will do something like this indeed for the race indeed. 8.4 seconds, so yeah, not very good on lap 90 for Palmer indeed so far for this. Some audience are clapping with me. Thanks for the crowd cheering me on for this race indeed. Like, go James, go James, go James. Okay, so Mr. Warning's doing a good stop there. Hopefully get the minus race indeed so far for this. We're winning the race in P5 the most so far. We call this in P4, but he already made the pit stop indeed. Palmer is blocking the race of field, so hopefully Howell Jolin can hopefully block the stop and hopefully we join an excellent fifth if I can keep this going indeed. And I'm just a good personal bet. He's now fastest up the race again. A 1:28.719. It's a good race here in Melbourne indeed. It was only just 9 seconds from my teammate though. So we need to find some more time though to get behind Julia. Very good race indeed so far in Melbourne indeed. We go through to turn 60, we go through now. And we're now 20 laps in now, so what we do, let's see what happened to Palmer indeed then. So let's see what's he doing there. He's blocking the whole field, look at that! Where there is, and wait, is this a move there? Wow, good move there for Magnussen. He gets past the Ferrari, the McLaren of Fernando Alonso, not Ferrari. As Magnussen gets past the McLaren of Fernando Alonso. So where is Verstappen at the moment? Oh yeah, I forgot. Verstappen is out of the race actually. Sorry about that guys, Verstappen is out of the race indeed. Yeah, I will reply, he's out of the race indeed, so he's battled. So Palmer is 6, 7th place is Ocon, and then 8th place is Perez. Palmer's doing really well to hold the field up indeed so far as we go through. As we've got a bit wide there at turn 3, tires are a bit struggling now to lose cover now. Good race here in Australia indeed so far. After a good start there, we're now up into P5 now. We made up 11 spots indeed so far from the start of the race there. Got past Rosen and Stroll the first lap. Got past both of the top one and then we got past the Palmer indeed. But what a race we're having today here in Melbourne. We're 20 laps in. Well, good race we're having today. With both Mercedes leading this race in Melbourne. In Melbourne, everybody else are happy to be in there. I know what Bottas up for Hamilton indeed. 1:28.680, but Bottas are beating this lap time days. Mercedes are doing well to get the lap time there. 1:28.546 for Valtteri Bottas. Both of these Mercedes are having a good race here in Melbourne indeed so far as we go through turn 13. So one was got, I think they're over to Palmer already so far. I think Ocon's got past Ricardo already so far, so hopefully he's got enough to try to chase speed down then. But we're doing well so far for this race indeed. Yes, I will be in the pits for the old sub tires indeed, so I need to put my balance indeed so far. I will not get plenty indeed so far. Turn the pisses and the release assist off, so I'm going to do it D so far. So when we go into turn 3, turn 4, which is the right hander, we go through there. As we're doing well so far on lap 21 now, out of possible 58 laps in D so far. Both Mercedes are leading the race so far. Still 2 cars on top of this race so far, Verstappen and Vettel. They both are out to race in D so far for this first race of this new season in Formula 1 in 2017. Oh, Ocon is gaining now to me now because I'm saving fuel then, suddenly. We need to find some more time there to make the progress count if we're going to have a chance to get that top 10 spot. But we're doing well so far for this. Nothing in the back end blowing up at the moment so far. Keeping the progress going much better in Australia in D so far. That's all I wanted.
Hamilton's out in front.
Hamilton's out in front in D so far.
You have P5. Ricardo is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 16.2 seconds. They're on pressure for salts.
7.8 seconds now, that's fine.
8 seconds. They're on ultra salts.
This is a good race here in Melbourne, indeed a lot play 2 now, so hopefully we have a good race in the balance in D so far for this. So hopefully the rest of the race will be very better in D so far. We're on to like play 2 now of this 58 lap race here in Melbourne indeed. As we go through P0, that's the part of the Pirelli tyre type we're doing for this.
The car in front is 18.9 seconds.
18.9 seconds, so Ricardo is gaining some time there. 5.8 seconds, how did Esteban Ocon gain some time on me for this race indeed? I'm on oldest soft tyres in D so far, and he's on newest soft tyres in D so far, so we need to find some more time to keep this race out in front indeed, and hopefully get the time right in D so far for this race indeed. And we go through to turn number, 9, 11 and 12 in D so far. Hopefully this race is going to be much better to see how this race goes along in front indeed, as we're coming on to the next left-hander indeed, actually the right-hander indeed on lap 23 then. Hopefully we'll be much better indeed so far for this, and we're doing well indeed. Next up will be our pit stop in D so far, so I can't wait for this first pit stop to go well in D so far. And there we go then, so half the pace needs to go much better in D so far. And on to lap 23 now. And the blue flag will now be waiting for the black cars now, because Hamilton's now getting past them in D so far. So hopefully, look how close the force injuries are coming now for me. But we're going for turn 3 now, but we're going to come into our pits now to our pit stop in D so far. So doing really well in D so far. As we're on to lap 23 out of possible 58 laps in D so far. Melbourne is doing well so far to see how Mercedes can dominate the race after Ferrari's problems.
Okay, the car behind has newer tyres than you. Maintain our gap if possible.
I will, Jeff, thank you. But anyway, I need to box.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Both stop tyres, please. Can't mix tyres tight indeed.
Say that again, we're having trouble receiving.
Sorry. First lap of the
So
wall.
far is a 31.8.
Both forces will be battling their own now. Ocon and Perez are closing on me, but we're coming to pit in D to serve our first pit stop in D so far. So both of them are doing we're face to face on the start finish rate in D so far. But anyway, we're coming into pits right now to serve our first schedule pit stop.
Track is clear. Track is clear.
There we go on the brakes, and going in for our first scheduled pit stop there. Palmer's due out there to be pulling the rest of the field up, so let's see. And off we go. 2.68 stop this first stop indeed, and we got yellow flags up there. I wonder who that is, as we've just done our first stop indeed. What happened there, as we are not sure that these guys are going to try to get out ahead of me, guys. I'm not sure. Is it because of Lawrence Stroll? Let's take a look. Oh, you can see Bottas try and make the move there, and then he taps the back of Stroll and goes around and hit the wall there. That's what happened. Like he had it like that during that qualifying yesterday, and he was going in reverse. Oh, good thing don't let that Iceman keep me okay. So Stroll has been wide by Valtteri Bottas. Has Bottas been given a penalty? Always got given a warning for collision with Stroll. Fairway now. We're going to come out to pits now, and off we go. And we're going to come out ahead of Stoffel Van Dorn there in the McLaren, and out of the pits we come through now, ahead of him. So hopefully, what these one to the limit D so far. Stroll is now back in the race in D so far, because he get the car back on track in D so well, and hopefully gain some more powerful advantage there. Because the rest of the field haven't stopped just yet before they've stopped indeed. Had they or had they not? I'm not sure just yet, but going well so far. We're on the new press of purple old soft tyres in D so far, and we're currently at 0.68 laps of this few years in D so far. So let's try and hunt down some drivers. The first up is Roman Grosjean in the pass there, so hopefully we can get one on him in the pass indeed. So we can get fast. Let's get away from Stoffel Van Dorn in the McLaren indeed, and we're closing down in this stage of this race indeed. Fairway. The use of which Smith tried to catch up to Roman Grosjean in D so far, but he's catching up to the back of, I think he's looked like a Toro Rosso to me, that's Carlos Sainz. So hopefully, getting on him so far for this race in D so well, as we go on to the next lap now. We go through this point now, one more call left to go there, as we cross the line now. So, first lap stop will be back in D so well, as some of the drivers are making their first pit stop immediately indeed. Alonso and Kvyat have stopped, so that moves us back into P12 in D so far. Hopefully we'll make it a good progress race indeed as we go through on lap 25. Out to a possible 58 laps of this race in Melbourne. We're going into this race pretty well so far as we go round. So, closing the gap there to Kevin, no, not Magnussen, Roman Grosjean in the Haas in D. So, has he done a stop? I think he has done a stop in D, but we'll just try to catch him up in D in the Renault, try to catch up to the Haas in D. So, what's the gap now? And soon behind Palmer, train of cars behind Palmer. How is Palmer trying this race unharmed indeed? As some of the drivers are trying to get up there, that's going to be giving us a helping hand there. Try and get past him immediately to try and overtake in D so far. Is he going to go for one more lap or he's going to go into the pits in D? He's coming into pits in D so far, so Palmer is in the pits right now, so hopefully he gains some more advantage in D so far. It's a good first stint for Palmer indeed. Jolly in the pits right now. Some of the rest of the field coming into pits now. I think Massa has just on his second stop in D so far. Hopefully well. As we're on to lap 26, of course, 58 laps of this race, we know. We're in the top 10 now. As Massa figures stop there. And we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. And is that someone off? Who is that is? Safety car deploy. Stroll is out of the race indeed. Whoa. How the hell Stroll, who has been spot wild by Valtteri Bottas, is out of this race immediately in D so far. So we're putting on Stroll. Oh, he had a tough. If you can see on Ricardo's point of view, where's Stroll? We can't see Stroll the pace in D so far, but I can't see him in the moment. Has he got mechanical failure? Yes, he has. So Stroll, the first Stroll to have a mechanical failure after what happened, he's been spun wide by Valtteri Bottas, is out of the race. In his first race, he's out of the race, and the safety car has been deployed for the first time. So we've got the safety car out in Australia. So safety car out on lap 26. So the safety car has been deployed. So that is not good advantage for that race indeed for Lawrence Stroll. He's out of this race indeed. Can we just see him going through? Are we going to turn 11? Oh, there he is. I can see him. Oh, look at him. He's pulled over. Yeah, goodbye, Stroll. Hopefully we can do it next time in China, though. So, Portale, Stroll's out, Vettel's out, and Verstappen is out of the race. So that's 3 cars out of this race indeed in Melbourne. And the safety car is now out just before halfway through the race indeed. And some cars are coming to pits indeed so far, so that's going to give it a strategy indeed to race indeed. As they're coming out to pits indeed so far in Melbourne indeed. So there's Perez, or I think there's Ocon ahead of us. Can we get out ahead of Ocon indeed? I'm not sure, but no. He gets out ahead of us indeed, he's made an early pit stop. There's the safety car, so he's waiting for the race leader though, so we're still going to be closing down this race indeed. So the safety car is waiting for Hamilton indeed. I'm just going to turn it up for a moment. Hold on a second. Dad, the safety car has been out because Stroll has retired. A mechanical failure. Car behind. Oh, that was very close indeed then. I thought it was going to be close into the barriers there, but that was very close for me to hit the barriers there, guys. As I'm trying to put my headphones back in. So, when we go into turn number 13. The safety car has now, Hamilton has now caught the safety car now, so hopefully we can gain advantage there, try and get this race back underway. So, we're way now in P7 now. Occon's in P6 in the race so far. So hopefully we have a chance to get on the podium if we can. So hopefully how this race can go on podium for this race indeed. So we're coming to lap 28 now. So the SC has been deployed because of that. Stroll has got a problem. I think he got spun round by Valtteri Bottas a few laps earlier. Is out of this race. So this is probably a day for Stroll in his first race for the Williams team indeed. Hope we can try next time out in China. Anyway, we're going through into this next left-hand, right-handed indeed so far. More good ways indeed in this better way we go through for this one indeed. And hopefully, how will Ocon go the race pace indeed so well as we're closing down on lap 28. And I think we're halfway through the race now because I'm just crossed the line now to begin lap 29. We're halfway through the race now. It's now like 10 o'clock in the UK now, and we'll hopefully we get this race to the end indeed immediately before time is up, because it's going pretty well for this indeed so far over Christmas time. So we're just behind Esteban Ocon, who's just ahead of us indeed. Behind him is Daniel Ricciardo. Well, actually it's Kevin Magazine indeed the Haas. So hopefully how this race goes along indeed so far. So hopefully how this race goes pretty back. And so Fiat is now in P8 now already. So a bit mixed up indeed. We're doing much better to race indeed so far. The guys are following the safety car round indeed. So hopefully how this race goes along indeed. The rest of the field have got to the safety car, but not me and Ocon, because we'll still try to catch up to it immediately indeed. So hopefully we'll get this race back on the way. So we're doing better to try to catch up to Esteban Ocon there, guys. We go through to turn 5. We're keeping our pace balance indeed. Yeah, I know Ocon raced this team for this year in 2020. So there's no overtaking during these safety car rules, and we're on to lap 29 now. Ocon is due 6th place in the number for race for Force India indeed. Well, I kept saying racing point all the time, it's Force India now. Okay, so the safety car is staying up for one more lap indeed, but the rest of us we're forming up indeed so far. So hopefully how we're going well for this race indeed so far. So we had early drama for this race indeed so far. because Bottas took the back of Stroll, and we have 3 cars out of racing. Max Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel, and Lawrence Stroll indeed. So, on one up review plus, really well indeed so far, and it's being mixed up in the queue there, between Fiat and Massive there, so what the hell is going on here? We're not just soldiers here, let's... And the following the safety car there, as there's both Toro Rosso are fighting, battling each other. What the hell is going on here? Look at it! This is like a huge rap battle indeed so far. We've got some lapping cars to do when we get through to this restart indeed. No inches behind us indeed so far, so we'll be fine out indeed so far. Try and get this race back underway as we go through turn 1. So we'll be fine the safety car indeed so far. Hopefully stay in balance indeed. Hopefully we'll keep the pace there to positivity as we go through. Well, there's no one behind us, so we'll be fine in the back indeed. So we're going to have a crazy restart for this race indeed so far for this. We're winning an excellent P7 out of possible 17 words are still left in this race indeed so far. As we still in this race in the back end so far. Aside to Fiat. Well, I wanted to take the car. Jeff, can you shut up? It's a safety car, there's no one taking. Why are you listening to the rules? Jeff, what is wrong with you? I'm not going past Esteban. Until the safety car's coming in this lap. Are there any investigating between both of them? It's going to be a total. Oh no, that's the one button. That's the replay button. So, how are both Toro Rosso under investigation? Oh dear me, this is not good for Toro Rosso. Carlos Sainz has been giving us stop and go penalty for ignoring yellow flag. So he's annoyed at the yellow flag. So Sainz has got a stop and go penalty for Toro Rosso. So that is not good news for it's good to be at Toro Rosso. Sainz has got a penalty, but Kvyat will carry on indeed. So Sainz needs to serve that stop and go penalty in the next 2 laps time. So he will have to serve a good stop and go penalty indeed. So if he wants to hand it for this race indeed. Alright, so the guys coming in the end of this lap for this. Maintain the speed for this race indeed so far. So the guys coming in the end of this lap indeed. So Hamilton is there, Bottas is there. And there is Raikkonen coming for this train of back markers. Hopefully, we can get this race back underway. We have to enter the first safety car line to overtake. Alright, here we go. As Hamilton will be getting racing off indeed so far. As we get this race back underway, and we go through to the far corner race so far for this, as we're back underway again so far, as we're racing once again here in Melbourne indeed, and see the Salvo will get out of the way from us to get past it indeed so far. Can we get past fair line before the first corner? Can we? Yes, we can. So we can catch up to Esteban Ocon in the 14 GD. So we start on lap number 31 out of approximately 58 laps. We're back on the restart. As there's Marcus Ericsson and Van Dorn. What the hell is going on there? As the both of them are blocking Esteban Ocon there, and they're blocking me. What on earth are they going on so far? Blue flag. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you very much, Marcus. Box, box, box.
Pitting this lap then. Coming to the pits at the end of this lap.
God damn it, front wing.
We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
We'll switch to soft tyres. So box, box, box. We need to switch because Ericsson has damaged our front wing. So we lost half of our front wing indeed so far. So we need to pit immediately indeed. So. Yes. No. Yes. Pit the stop. Yeah. Okay, we need to fix the front wing. So the team needs to get a new front wing for my car indeed, because Ericsson has thrown me out of this one indeed. So we have to make a pit stop indeed to try and keep this up. So we'll be fine P7 in a moment indeed. So hopefully we'll keep the car in the single position D so far. There will be no safety car in D so far as we go through now. Anyway, we're going to come into the pit to get a new front wing and change tyres as we go in, and we're going to go through that as we're going down to about this place, 4 miles per hour. And Alsabe is coming to pit because he's had damage to his car indeed, and I'm coming to pit because I had damage with the car indeed. So hopefully everything had the noise blue flags there. So new front wing change. Elsa will have a front wing change too. All right, is it on? Yeah, it's on. Off we go. Good work, strategy guys. Well done. Well done. That's a good stop there. And I begin. And oh yeah, we both got a warning because we both classed together, because that is not what we wanted. But we're coming out in P7 right now, and oh, we got the clear sun at turn 11, and we've got a bit of trouble going off there, trying to go on to the pistons indeed so far. But what happened there? We got a. What happened there? Oh, Bottas has collided with Felipe Massa, and oh no, Bottas spins round. The Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas hit his former teammate Massa, and he's spun off the track. And looked like he needs to be very careful because the other drivers here, and either he's going to lose like second place to second place drive. Ricciardo's got to second place, and Max is on to third for Haas now. Wow, excellent work for that as Bottas, after a mistake there, has lost some time in the pit, colliding with Alonso or Massa, and he spun round and will drop down places, down into P5. Can he get back on track indeed? Yes, he can. Oh, no, 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 no. I think he can take Kimi out. Okay, what happened there to Valtteri? He tried to be first back on track, and here comes Raikkonen. As we Valtteri's coming back on track, I think Raikkonen didn't see that. Whoa! Oh my word! That was a hefty crash there to that big sun there. Both pits have been collided together. Kimi is out to this race today after colliding with his teammate Bottas indeed. As Bottas didn't see him coming there. Let's see what happened. Oh, he saw it. Yeah, he saw it when he come through. As let's take a look at Raikkonen. Let's take a look at the back of this. That is not very good news. Both Ferraris are out of the race immediately indeed. Vettel out, and Bottas is completely out indeed so far for this. So I'm going to put that into the chat below. Alright, so unfortunately, that is going to be on the best bit. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. About that. So, with 3 cars, so with 4 cars out of race, that's moved up into P6 already, so, and, yeah, let's take a bit down before I can D so far for this, so hopefully, oh, that's a bit damage there between both cars in D so far, so, I think Raikkonen is out of race for there, but Bottas may carry on in D so far throughout the whole race in D, if he keeps this one up in D so far. So, oh, that's the wrong button again. So, he has got stop go penalty now. He has. He's got 5 seconds. He's got stop go penalty for Serbia collision with Raikkonen. That's taking him out of the race. So that's dangerous back on track. So that was a dangerous move to get him come back on track, because someone might hit you when you join the track there. So unfortunately, that's a stop and go penalty for Valtteri Bottas for taking out Kimi Raikkonen in Ds. So that's both Ferraris out of race in Ds, and that's getting us another position in D. We're now into P6 now after these incredible moments of this race in Australia in D. What a race we're having today here in Melbourne for the first race of the season in Australia in D. Bottas spun well, but his teammate Hamilton is doing good. Okay, these lap cars are going to give trains for this race indeed so far. I've been taken out by Ericsson, didn't damage the car there, but hopefully I'm fine for that indeed. as we come through now to the bike. We've got past the pit lane D so far, and hopefully we go there. So we might go on the old stop tyre for the next stop in D so far, as we will. And Dio is now finally enabled for this lap of D. And so, Bottas needs to take his stop and go penalty after that, for the next 2 laps time. I think Sainz needs to do his stop and go penalty right now, and has he come into pits if he's for Sainz indeed, as this is not very good news for Carlos Sainz indeed. 10 seconds of stop and go penalty for causing a collision, not for causing a collision, for annoying yellow flags indeed. So that is not good news for Carlos Sainz. So hopefully both drivers are okay at the moment. So hopefully this race back on the way again. Hopefully we'll try to catch the factory Bottas there, guys. And what's the gap now? 24.8 seconds. We can still catch him to something good penalty if we go through now. As we go through for this next lap in D so far, which is lap 34. Hopefully we can get some power there. Hopefully to gain some more time there. As we go on to lap 34, which is the next lap of the track indeed. And we hopefully get this race on. I'm going to be pulling up later on from Lewis Hamilton indeed, because I've been collected by Marcus Ericsson there, hit the back of him, damaged my front wing, didn't hit the wall a bit so far, got back on track and went to the pit to get a new front wing. So thanks for that, Marcus Ericsson, dude. But he's continuing on, I'm continuing on the racing on. We're in an extra P6 at the moment so far. Sainz can fit our batting out for that 7th place spot indeed. As we was pretty good race indeed so far in Australia though. The sun is beginning to set in Australia indeed so far. You know, it's in the morning time indeed so far. And we're on to lap 34 indeed. No more pit stop trains there. Thank you very much. Lean mix please. And we're going for this race going on the way now. As we go on to this next lap, which is lap 35, which is coming up later on, and I think Sainz here has come in for his stop and go penalty, and I think Sainz is taking his stop go penalty, I think he is, or actually, is it? Oh, actually no, it's not Sainz, it's actually Magnussen indeed. He's coming in for a new set of super soft tyres, but he will rejoin just behind, he's further back in the field after that safety car restart there. That is terrible for Kevin Magnussen indeed to get this race back underway. And we're on to that phase 4 already now. And we only got a couple more laps to go now in this race here in Melbourne there. 33 laps down, on to lap 34 away now. And this is really good racing here in Melbourne for this first race to see indeed in Australia indeed. In the Australian sunshine indeed in Melbourne, it's doing perfectly well for this one indeed. As we come on to the next lap of lap 35 now. I think Carlos will be taking out penalty for this lap indeed. So hopefully he will come into the pits and serve his stop and go penalty indeed. So the team has got locked. Oh, a mechanical bar from Esteban Ocon. So he's going to be struggling a bit so far. Not even Raikkonen, because he's had to race because the issue haven't worked out, and hopefully when Bottas took him out of the race indeed so far. Hopefully how this race goes very well in this race in Melbourne for this first race. Has Valtteri has come in for his stop and go penalty yet? I'm not sure he hasn't just yet, so hopefully he will soon. Not so they'll stop and go penalty just yet, so hopefully they will get a good pit stop there when they will go into the pit and serve their stop and go penalty indeed. Hopefully they will mix them up indeed so far, and hopefully they can gain me some advantage there. So hopefully how this race goes really well for this and these season opening race in Melbourne goes along. We go around the bike, we come through now and begin the next lap then. Hamilton's going to be lapping me in a minute soon, or hopefully not, and we're on to the next lap indeed. anything information on Valtteri Bottas?
They're on board super softs. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:28.7.
And he's also got a stop go penalty as well, indeed. So neither of those will have a stop go penalty during this race indeed so far. I think they're doing it only for 5 laps, I think it is. Or we'll save it for the end of the race. We go through to turn 9. Anyway, what's the gap between me and Sainz now? Because the gap is getting quicker and quicker as we go through. We go through to turn number 13 now. Excellent experience there for Formula 1D so far. We go through to turn number 13. It's been a long recording for this indeed so far for this first race then, guys, in Melbourne. We go through to turn number 15, 16 there. We're going indeed so far in Melbourne indeed. We're good one indeed so far for this. It's been a good race so far for this weekend in Melbourne indeed. See how the race goes. Very better for Valtteri Bottas to have that penalty in his hand indeed. As we're on to lap phase 7D so far for this. The time is now like 20 past 4, actually 20 past 10 in Britain, UK time. And hopefully we're having a good race so far for this first race of the season in Melbourne. As Hamilton leads from Ricardo, and in third place is Ocon, I think, because when Max is down in 4th and Bottas is down in 5th now, because this is going to be a good result. Who's going to get that far podium, guys, in this race? Alright, so hopefully this race is going much better when we try to close down to Valtteri Bottas' tail then. The guy was just traded 1 second between me and Sainz, and he's just traded 1 second from Valtteri Bottas there, so neither of them have got that stop, neither of them have to take that stop and go penalty just yet. So they got 2 reasons for this. Hopefully they will gain advantage of this pit stop indeed so far. When they're doing the pit stop indeed. I don't think this time will not last to the end of the race indeed so far, guys. And hopefully we can get these tyres to the end of the race indeed so far for this. So 50% then, so oh, there's been a chat. Really want to see this race on the hand indeed. We go through to turn 6 and 7 indeed. Well, race having today in Melbourne indeed then. So let's just check it. Let's see what we got like live chat indeed so far, or top chat. I thought someone just typed to me, but oh well, it's fine. So we're coming on to lap number 38 now, so hopefully we're having a good race weekend in this track in Melbourne indeed. We go through into turn 11 and 12. Really good racing here in Melbourne and Australia for the first race of the season indeed so far. When we go into turn 30, we go through now. Keeping the Delta's pace going much very better. We go through now, and hopefully we're continuing better for this race in Melbourne. Now, that video where we're now closing on Marcus Ericsson himself, but the guy who pushed me out of this restart of the race safety car there. So hopefully he won't get to suffer advantage there. The blue flags are not up just yet so far for me to overtake him, so hopefully I will do that later on. Hopefully we can try and gain Bottas with the pit stop indeed after he studies penalty indeed. Looks like the pace is going much better for this. Hamilton's just started last point there. We're just going over 50% there and 25% there. So we're going to wait to see how the race goes along in this race indeed. Not 15 laps, not 29 laps, but full 58 laps of this race indeed. So we're on to lap 39, it's possible 58 laps of this Australian Grand Prix then. This has been a good race so far for Lewis Hamilton. In the lead after Vettel and Verstappen were out of the race, Stroll's out, and both BRAs are out of the race because Kimi Wagon is also out of the race indeed so far. This is bonus to start the season for BRA indeed. They're hoping to try and get next time out in China in order to get some points there. So hopefully this race in the bag for us is doing more popularity for this track indeed. As we go through to turn 4, closing on the southbound Marcus indeed so far. But Hamilton is closing down on mid to try to be lapped. Hopefully he won't do that as the rest of the team goes along with this one indeed in Melbourne. As we go through. Right, on we go on to lap 4 TV now going on now. With 58 laps nearly completed then. We're on to lap 40 now. With Valtteri Bottas, P5, do has that stop-go penalty just yet, and Sainz hasn't got his stop-go penalty just yet so far for this. As we go through turn 4, we go through now. What incredible race we're having today here in Australia indeed so far. We have early John for this race indeed so far. We'll hopefully, how will this race over the 2-hour limit? We'll go for this race track indeed. We go through this track race indeed. Streaming this on YouTube is well better for this race for the first race of the season, so far part 4. For this 4 races in Australia then, and is that bothered to taking a stop-go penalty? I think so. Or is that another car coming to finish indeed so far? Let's take a look. Oh no, it's the other hat, it's Groves actually. He's just coming to finish indeed. So no signs of Bottas haven't stopped just yet. So keep it in mind in the information to see how would this race goes ends of this. And who's going to get the last podium position, guys? It's going to be Hamilton first, Ricciardo second in his home Grand Prix, and P3 is going to get to Esteban Ocon in the Force India indeed. Just listen to my voice there, guys. As we're going for the part in the race indeed. Close down the Sauber Marcus indeed so far. Probably making the progress indeed so well as we go through. No sign yet of Lewis Hamilton indeed so far, but literally he's coming to pit indeed so far at the end of this episode. So Hamilton is in the pit so far indeed. We're closing on to the Sauber Everton there. Blue flag might be waving right now. Where is the blue flag? We're closing down the Sauber Everton indeed. If we go through to this point indeed. Look how quick he's getting from me now. Wow. We're in the next P6 mode. We're going to get 8 points there. Is Palmer weighing the points? I think he is. Weighing down in P10 in the moment so far. Ricciardo's Forest Lab, the hometown. Ricciardo's at 128.185. He's on a straight to this. There was a blue flag. Yeah, there's the blue flag. Which means I'm catching up to the Sauber of Marcus indeed. And hopefully I can try catching on D so far. Hopefully this race goes along for this race track indeed. We're going anyways, an excellent 6th place indeed so far for this race indeed. Wow, what a race we're having today here in Australia indeed, is because we're still trying to catch up to get past Elton's Sauber there. But has he got a penalty yet? Because he needs to get over here by blue flag or he will get a stop-go penalty. Unfortunately, with annoying blue flags, Marcus Ericsson has finally got a penalty. We'll still try to catch up to Marcus Ericsson there, guys, but Hamilton is not that far away from the lead of the race there. We're still probably far away now, and hopefully Okay, this is, as my teammate Palmer is down in the pits now.
To the pits. Julian in the pits now.
Okay, fine then. We should cut in the back of the Sauber there. He's not on the boys around today so far for this race in Australian team. He hasn't got a penalty just yet, actually has. But he will get one soon. We can try catch him up. Oh, I'm going to use which mix now, try catch him up. We're going for the 75% mark now. As we go on to that 43 now. Hopefully closing down to the end of the race indeed so far for this fourth part of this creamer we're having for this first race of the season guy in Melbourne indeed. We're kind of weighing an excellent P6 there for Wennold. Slightly surviving in P7 there. But what race we're having today here in Melbourne on that 43 now. You say these tyres in the race now. Let's take a look at the tyre management.
There's static over the radio. Say again.
Sorry.
Repeat that. There's interference.
Sorry, tyre stuff.
Okay, we should be good on tyres for a while. The wear doesn't seem too bad at the moment. Just take care of the other one.
Time to set a fastest I 1 minute 26.517. Good luck there for Lewis Hamilton indeed. As Ericsson needs to try to get out of the way for me to get past. And hopefully we can get some more progress indeed. Here we go. We're going to try and make the move on Ericsson there to get lapped, try to get past something. He's already been lapped. And will you finally get out of the way, please? We're looking forward for it. Alright, he's just slowing down. And let us through, thank you very much there. Thanks for paying me, pitting me. And we get past Everton there, we've got luck to Everton indeed, but we get paired in that indeed. And we go through this race back again. So hopefully, let's get the power down and get away from Everton and get the race back underway. We go for turn 15. Go through now. Greenbow. How's this car going slowly deep for Sauber? Because there's a solid car on the grid so far after they got 1 point last season indeed. Hopefully they're going to do better for this first race then. So we're doing well at the moment here in Australia though. While lap 44 we can get these tyres to the end of the race indeed on these first sets and hopefully how this race goes along for this. We've only got a few laps to go now here in Australia though. So lap 42, lap 43, 75% race, lap 42, lap 43, lap 44, which is the lap where this race goes along this. Yeah. How many lap in Belgium, we'll go through that soon later in the season D as we go through on lap 44. The track is now full of marbles now as the track is getting the sun is began to set here in Australia though. As we're doing really well in Australia indeed. We had a crazy jump at the start of the race there. Then we had the safety car halfway through the race then, and now we're close to the end of the race in this race in Australia indeed. After we started this race at 9 o'clock indeed so far, we're hoping to hit an excellent fantasy indeed so far. And we got to the full hour at 10 o'clock indeed, so hopefully we had a good racing round today here in Australia at the moment guys. And we go through to the far corner of the racetrack. Perez is down into second place now because big sights he's taking his penalty at the moment right now. Looks like the race is going on more better fantasy these races so far. So here the current order after 44 laps completed. It is Hamilton, Ricciardo, Max is on the podium for Haas, so is it going to be the same like 2014 is? So hopefully pretty good to see how this race goes well for this. And now he's just giving 2 stop-and-go penalty for annoying blue flag. That was because of me. So, sorry Eric, so you got a stop-and-go penalty indeed. 2 stop-and-go penalty for annoying blue flag. Another one will give you a disqualification. See ya. So, this race is almost to a close now in this race in Australia indeed. As we're on to lap 45 now. We're currently in P6 as a possible 16th place No, not 16th place, no, not 17th place. We're currently in P6 upon the 16 places. We are, after the 16 rounds of this race so far, we're currently in P6. Bottas is in P5. I don't think we can catch him up while the races are. However, we might not get me to the end of the race D so far. But we're having a good race here in Australia as the pack getting quite packed up a bit so far for this race. We go for to 11 and turn 12 in D so far. Well, we're going to the curbs a bit so far for this. And hopefully kept the car in balance in D so far as we go for turn number 13. Keeping the battery powered safe in D so far as we go through. As battery's part said, new buzz a lot. A 126.501. So we're going to for battery bar start. He has his stop and go penalty. And now he has rejoined the race. A pretty hard race indeed. And we're just 1.2. Well, once lead to feel like we're completely doing well so far here in Australia indeed. Lap 46 now, the sun is beginning to set here in Australia now. But hopefully this race will come to a close later on in this race indeed. This has been our longest race for this so far for this. And who do you think is going to get driver of the day, guys? I'm not sure just yet. So let me know who's going to get it, guys. I'm not sure who's going to get it just yet so far. But let's get the car to first. Arco is in next to P4 for Cynthia. 5th place is Bottas. I'm in 6th place. So either Haas or Forza will get that last podium position by the innovation D so far for this, and hopefully they will get a good start to the season D so far. Arco's in P4, P5 is Bottas, I'm in 6th place. That's going to be a good result for this in this first race for we're in D so far. That will give us 8 championship points in D so far for this, and hit the championship standings. Yeah, 6 in the championship D for our first race in the season D so far for this first round of the championship D. What excellent race round today. A safety car helps us, and we've got a driver who's in trouble, and who is that? And he's pulling off at the side of the track there, and it's Ocon! Ocon is out of the ways! Oh my word! Ocon was winning the race in P4, but the man, the Frenchman, there we are, everyone behind him, is out to this race. What is going on? But Ocon is looking for the amazing 4th place finish there. Let's see what happened there. Oh, he's putting on the side. I think he's got a mechanical problem. I think he's got a mechanical failure in D. So unfortunately, there's a problem with the engine in D so far. So Ocon has got a technical failure or mechanical failure in D. So like the other guy says. So that means both drive. So that's a 4th car out of this already. Wow. Already. So now we've got 50 cars left to go now. So that gives us another position there. So Ocon is out of this race immediately indeed then. So hopefully we can get this race back into the place indeed so far. So where is him? Oh, there he is. Stopped at the side of the track there. Poor Esteban Ocon. He was looking forward to a good points of result. Let's get Bottas into P4 there. That moves on into P5 there. And we're in the top 5 now to get 10 points in D so far for this first race. Wow, what a race we're having today here in Australia indeed. Only just 15 was left and 5 cars were tied for this race. Verstappen, Vettel, Stroll, Raikkonen, and now Esteban Ocon. This is point for his first race for Force India, and looking at a good excellent points of this race indeed. Unfortunately, he has failed to do that. So that'd be point for these people. But mine is in the excellent 3rd place for Haas. Hopefully we can see him on the podium like we're having in Australia 2014. Even though he's on his one and only podium there. Hopefully this will be a good start to say Red Bull and Haas for getting their cars on the podium indeed. I'm going to say we'll lead the constructor championship for this one indeed. And we go through. Take a look at the MG right now. The MG DK has gone up to 3%. ES, the MG stores is speed is 11%. CA, the nothing like that. The ICE is, you know, mechanical genetic unit code is 15%. The turbocharger is 16%, and the gearbox is 30%. All will be there for the next race in China in Shanghai. And when you got a lot of laps to go for this race indeed so far here in Australia, as this race is coming down to a close race. As we're on to lap 48 now, Hamilton is the clear race leading indeed so far. We're weighing down P5 at the moment, but we're completely gaining up for this first race here. From P6 up into 5th place now. from starting from P60 from a bad point by there, on to P5 away. What good race round today for the first race for the team here for this. That's crazy now, the only force in now left now to score now, but can he keep this up? Hope so. Let's see if he can do this indeed. So, this is not a good day for these drivers indeed here in Melbourne. Only just 15 runners left in this race indeed of this Australian Grand Prix, and the sun is beginning to set here in Melbourne, and hopefully we're coming to the end of the race indeed so far then. And we've got another driver, that's Pascal Fairline. And it looks like he's going to has a problem, and we look like the next car is going to be a lap from us indeed, and although he is, looks like there's a problem with the car indeed. There is Fairline, pulled over to the side of the track, just about a day before he started the race, and he's out of the race indeed so far, so that's 14 left now. And there is the race leader, Lewis Hamilton. He's trying to overtake me for that, but we might need to let him through to get his win there. And we only got 10 laps to go. He's only got 9 laps left now, so hopefully we're going to let him through there. We can't see the blue flags just yet. Hamilton continues to lead the race, and we've got 14 drivers left to race, and disappointed David Fairline to end his race early. Hopefully he was so close to get the car to the end of the race there, but hopefully he'll be back next time soon. The guy who was replaced by Antonio Giovinazzi for the first 2 races in real life has been retired for this first race in Australia. We're having a blastful race here in Australia. I will see Lewis Hamilton is about to lap me, guys. Hopefully this race is going to be much better if we go through for this race indeed. Hopefully who's going to win it, guys. We see Lewis Hamilton is closing on me, so we need to slow down and let him through. But he's not close enough just yet, but he will get close enough when we do so. And we go for a turn on the throw then. Alright, so I'm going to let him through. There you go, Lewis. There he goes. There goes the hammer time guy. Go on, Hamilton. Go on to win the race. Yeah, so we're being overtaken by Lewis Hamilton. We're being lapped now because Hamilton overtook us. So, can Lewis Hamilton keep his going at the moment to keep the win in his hand from Ricardo? Well, he's doing his team at Bottas has to stop a go Petty indeed so far, and I think he's like he's doing a serve right now. But we get all good opening up DRS. Our best lap so far is a 1:29.404, and look like that is going to be really better for this so far. So let's do a fast lap indeed. Alright, making progress today is race indeed so far, as we open up the DRS there. I'm on lap 50 now. Alright. Much game day to face indeed so far here in Australia though. What's the gap between me and Perez? No, I mean not that. Sorry guys, let me just think about it.
Perez behind.
19 seconds between me and Perez. You can still hold on for P5 there. We're doing well so far to keep that 5th place in this race indeed, to keep this one in bag. But no sign of Perez will have a challenge on me for that 6th and 7th place indeed. That's 6th place indeed. But we're going. Hold on, but he's 8 seconds behind us, so we need to try to get away as we can to move this place car off. As we come on to the end of lap 50 now, Bam's on to lap 52 now. We're on to lap 51 away now, and he's gaining this race lead in a parking dust indeed so far. The Hammer guy man is on his way to his first to the win. Like he got the one of the champion indeed so far. Hamilton will start to trace Sandy as a flying win for this race driver. Wow, race we're having today here in Australia indeed, as we've got a lot of races going very well so far. We've only got 14 runners left to race indeed so far. Perez will not have a launch of me for that all-important 5th place. But we can keep it there until the end of the race indeed so far. But can we do it? Can we hold up Checo for that 5th place? So hopefully we can do those indeed. You might be able to try to do like 5 or 6 at a time then. Anyway, keeping the standard pace all the way through. And spending this 70.30. We can still get 5th place indeed so far for this race indeed. As we go through into turn 11, turn 12, as the maximum race train is going most well indeed. As we go through into turn 13 now. We only got a few more laps to go. Oh, we're going to go over there at turn 14. That was a big mistake there at the last 3 quarters of the race indeed. As we go through to turn 15 now, we go through now. Almost the end of the race indeed so far, and we go on to lap 52. Oh, race we're having today here in Australia. Wow. Good fifth for this race indeed here, this first race of the World Championship in Melbourne. Wow. We're having a good season, isn't it? Race indeed so far in Australia. Wow. And Hamilton's already got a few more laps to go now. And he keeps this positive race going along. There's no time for bed yet for me yet. Hopefully we'll have a good race in the hand indeed. And we've only got a few more laps to go for this first race of this Australian Grand Prix. And hopefully who's going to win is going to be Hamilton. This race is coming to a close end now. Hopefully this race is going really well for most of the field then as we go through. As all the guys are cheering for me for being driver today then, hopefully we'll be. As we continue on the way our car will be still be better for this as we go through to the We had a spin there called by Marcus Evans indeed. Let's just check if the car is fine again. Still fine better for this as we go on to this one indeed. Just going through turn 15 indeed, and hopefully just check if there's any damage to the car in the rail. We've just come through the bike indeed so far. Nothing damage there to the car, big damage there. We'll continue on. We're going to turn 1. Right, just a couple more laps to go now. Hopefully continue to lead this pack of 3.2 seconds to gap between me and Esteban. Not Ocon, Sergio Perez. 50 seconds between me and Perez. We're coming down to the last few laps to go in this race. What a race round today here in Australia indeed. The first race, and we're currently in P5 away in this first race. We're having an excellent good shot of getting that 5th place. Oh, this is going much better as we go through for this one indeed. So there's just a couple more laps to go in this race indeed. We're having a good race having so far for this. Pretty good start to the season for Hamilton to win this race. As look like Bottas has got past Magnussen indeed, and looks like has his party mommy over indeed. I think Bottas has got past Magnussen. Look at that, look at him. Look at it, he's got past the Haas. Look at that, really good on the purple ultra titles. But Bottas, as he sails past the Haas for the final podium position. So Bottas is now owing to P3 and into the podium position. He's now got past Kevin Magnussen. What a good move there from Valtteri Bottas to get past the Danish driver, moving to P3 there. So it means Magnussen's charging for the podium. Got to be out of the question, I'm afraid to say. So hopefully he'll be trying next time out and try and get it there. But hopefully it's been a good race so far for this race here in Australia indeed. And we come through to go to lap 3-4 now. 4 laps to the end of the race now, guys. And we need to keep this car ending the race indeed. So hopefully you had a good race so far for this race indeed so far. And hopefully how will this race go for this one indeed. There will be no simulated sessions indeed so far. All retired from the session indeed, like the car crash, well, we crashed from the race indeed. So yeah, we're doing well so far to keep the car at bay, and pretty good to see how the mid-sensing and the quick menu will not be pretty good so far for this. Right, so a lot of replays, some race directors, no restart, no pistols, and total race indeed. We've still got a few more laps to go now, as Hamilton's only got 4 laps to the end of the race then. We've only got a few laps to go to the end of the race there, but we're 1 lap down from Lewis Hamilton, so we can use them for the end of the race indeed. Go through to this left-hander and right hand we go through now. Hopefully, Bottas takes that third place for Kevin Magnussen indeed. And hopefully, how would he get on the podium? Did with Ricardo get his first podium? I think it was the squad fight from 2014 Australian Grand Prix there. Hopefully, we'll do. We go for the turn 4, we go through now. Keeping the race distance here as we go through now. Wow, what a race battle today here in Australia indeed. And the battery is getting low indeed, but don't worry, we'll get to the end of the race indeed so far. Only just a few laps to go and to the end of the race. The battery's going to die soon immediately indeed so far for this race indeed. It's been our longest race has been so far for this. So, keeping the progress, and it's only 56% the subtitles are going way better to get to the end of the race indeed. What a race round today here in Australia indeed. We've only got a few more laps to go now. Hamilton's on his way to victory here in Australia if he keeps this going up. So, a really good race for this race so far for this. And what a strong man he's having today. So, really good race to see this race coming to a close there. But when we go into turn 11 and into turn 12, this race is on the time today. We've only got a few laps to go there. Hamilton's on to lap 37 right now. 2 laps for the end for him indeed so far, but look like Checo is looking to have a battle with me by the end of the race. What's the gap between me and him now as we come through to lap 56? Oh, I might put the power down now. Checo's not that far away from me now. We've only got a few laps to go, 2 laps to go for me, and Hamilton's only to lap 37 by indeed, and hopefully we can get that 5th place. What's the gap between me and Perez? Just 11 seconds, so we'll still, I think he's got a back marker behind him. I think that's one with Ricardo. So hopefully he won't get us. So fine for that indeed. Hopefully we'll still keep it on the right. Seagulls are here in like the end of the race indeed for the sunset race. So we're coming to a close end of the race indeed. So hopefully we can get this win on the bag. As we go through this point now, only just this and the next lap to get an excellent 5th place indeed so far. Hopefully how this race goes along in the bag so far for this. As we go through to turn 11 and 12 then. We just start to see it for this. Hamilton is just coming around the last point to get the final lap of this race here in Australia. Well, meanwhile, we're just going to be coming to our 57 lap there, so it will be a lap down indeed so far. So hopefully, the race is coming to a close there so far for this race. What a dreadful first race. 6 cars are at the race immediately from this race. We lost Verstappen and Vettel in the European laps. We lost Lawrence Stroll, who's been spinned by Valtteri Bottas. Kimi Raikkonen been hit by Bottas. And then we got a huge battle. And then we lost Esteban Ocon and Pascal Wehrlein from this race. So this is a problem, mate. And some of the races are getting lapped by back markers indeed so far. And hopefully my teammate partner will get into the points indeed as immediately he will do. And we go into this final lap of this race. So, here we go, into turn 5. Making the taste of this race goes along this race track path indeed. As we go through to turn 6. Well, what a full race we're having today here in Australia indeed. And the race is coming to a close then, so far for this. So, it's been a great race so far for this. Excellent race for this so far for this, but we're going to continue on being P5 mode with Ricardo. It's going to be a lapping up so far for this, and hopefully he'll be better for this race so far for this. But meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton is coming around the last few cars of this race right now so far for this. And the man who started racing P2 on the grid is going to come around the last corner, and Hamilton wins the opening season of 2020 by winning the Australian Grand Prix. An excellent good start to the Mercedes man. Lewis Hamilton wins the Australian Grand Prix. As there we go, there he is. He was getting an excellent second place after what happened at disqualification in 2014. Bottas will finish third, and Magnussen will get an excellent fourth place, perhaps by the end of the race indeed so far. Well done to Ricardo, second place. But we're going to come on the last corner now, and we're going to finish the race an excellent P5 in our first race for winner. What an excellent start to the race here in Australia. P5, that was a good result. Woo! What a finish. Wow. Good for you guys to see that on the video for this. But win number 1 goes to Mercedes. Wow.
A great
Congratulations to Toto Wolff. The first win to the team then. And Bottas just gets first place indeed.
What was the key to this success?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly,
Max, an excellent P4 there from Haas. Well done for him.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix.
It's time for the champagne, and we'll call this first time on the podium in Australia. After what happened in 2014, after he got disqualified, he's finally got on the podium. So well done to Ricardo for getting second place in this race in Australia.
And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
It's a difficult one, but I'll have to go for the Renault driver.
Oh, thank God! We've got the driver of the day, guys. Thank you very much.
It's not easy to cut through the field like that in Formula 1, so it was a great effort.
On to the constructors then. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Thank you, and thank you, Anthony and David Croft. And one excellent way to end the Australian Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton is the winner of the Australian Grand Prix. Had the Dan Ricciardo in second place. Patrick Bottas finished a good third. Madison from 12th place in an excellent fourth. And I'm going to drive the gate, guys. Got 5th place by the end of the race. Perez 6th. Masson 7th. Dyke 5th is 8th. Sainz got 9 goals during the penalty for that stop and go for causing collision. And Groner did get the last points for Haas indeed. So well done to get the last points. Palmer finished where he started in 11th. And well done to Bob McCall. Good effort to get some places up there. And then it was the final finisher. Unfortunately, we lost 6 cars for this race. Pascal Wehrlein, Esteban Ocon, Kimi Raikkonen, Lawrence Stroll, Sebastian Vettel, and Max Verstappen. And take a look at the drive trailer. Hamilton takes the full 12 points after this first race. Well done to him. With Ricardo in second place, and then Bottas is in third. Max is in fourth. We're in fifth place at the moment behind Sergio Perez, and Palmer has still yet to go off the market indeed so far. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes are in third, had the Red Bull. Well, Hazard opted to third place away. Wow! How did they get that away so far? Wow, they did good well so to get good extra points indeed. We're in fourth place in the Constructors' Championship indeed so far in fourth. Force India in fifth behind Williams and Toro both tied with 6 points apiece. Ferrari unfortunately failed to score with both cars retired. They failed to finish. McLaren and Sauber haven't scored just yet. So Ferrari had a disappointing race because both cars retired. They had a disappointing race weekend that is that far. Whoa, what a good race that was indeed so far. So that race was pretty good so far for this, and hopefully, if you would see some more videos like this, because we'll be preparing for the next race in China for Shanghai. What a good opening race that was in Australia. But well done to Lewis Hamilton to win the first race of the 2017 season in the first full race. Got 97 resource point for that cleaning up indeed. And here we got first race, first position. We got fifth, we beat him, and probably had the fastest up there. So we're losing the white budget, 1 point there, but that's a fine indeed. So they're doing most better than indeed. Fiat first 30 plate and got a good 2 points. That's an extra purple, but that's after that red in qualifying indeed. So that's very good indeed. So Mercedes will drop it a bit. So, oh yeah, career score, yeah, thank you very much. So here we got there so far. So only just got 150 points from qualifying. So what a good excellent race to start the season in Australia for this, guys. So what a good way for that, say that one indeed. Oh, hello.
Indeed it is. And this is Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Drive some of his cars. Well, not quite my cars, per se. It's a mere detail. You know, I'd really rather be down there racing them myself, to be honest. I'm actually quite handy behind the wheel, but it's the downforce, those lateral Gs, you know? The old neck can't really handle it. So I need a pro. That's where you come in. We run in a bunch of events throughout the year. Time trials, races, all sorts. And I have it on good authority that you have the ability and temperament to do well in these. Make our business look good, and most importantly, bring the cars back in one piece.
Thank you.
So consider this a formal invitation. I'll see you at the track.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. And thank you, Emma Jenkins. So,
Now, I'd just like to step into my office. I'd like to go over those contract revisions.
okay, so we got two things we got to do this one. We got the Japanese Pursuit in Japan Sword and the British Overtake Challenge. We're going to go. Can we go to the Rally 2006 and the Williams Antilles 6 one? So we'll just go to the Pursuit to Japan to join the Rally D so far. Well, guys, I'm getting what to say. What a great race that was there. Thank you to you guys. Thank you, David Quad. Thank you, Anthony Davis, for commentating the race in detail. What an excellent race that was. With 6 cars retired, that is not a good start to Ferrari's year indeed so far. Look at this. After the first race of the season, they failed to get Indy points indeed so far. So both Ferrari had to try again next time out in China and hoping to try and get more points indeed so far. But well, guys, it's been the end of the season race indeed so far for this one. But anyway, guys, well, thanks for watching for this first ever race for this race so far. But I hope you enjoyed the video indeed if you wanted. If you wanted to watch the full race today, go check out the video like and hope you can see it in the video below, guys. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Hopefully we'll see you next time for the next race, which is China, which is going to be practice one indeed. So hopefully we're had a good race indeed so far for this. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll hopefully get this one for this. So thank you for watching, guys. We'll hopefully we'll see you next time out in China for the next 4 race. Anyway, guys, thanks for this first 4 race in Australia for this. Good to get excellent 5th place at the end of the race indeed so far. Good result for me, and I'm going to drive of the day. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in China for the first practice session.